What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the MVM channel. Bit of a busy day today, but we have some G42 content to cover. So it's been non-stop flat out here. Prime example, we've got this M2 N55 we've just completed NVM stage 2 on with a intercooler charge pipe intake and a sports cat. Now, we did have a few problems with the sports cat. It is a VRSF and it's a tiny bore and we're restricted at the top end, but the customer's gonna go away and fit a larger downpipe on there and bring it back. Ferrari? That in the background is a Ferrari Roma just being delivered to one of our neighbors. Absolutely love the Ferrari brand. But if I buy one, you guys will say, where's the content? What we're gonna do? Stage 2, stage 3, send it to the moon? I don't know. In the meantime, we'll stick to BMWs. Also, we are in the middle of a bit of a conversion to this car. This is Jamie's car. You probably recognize it from a previous vlog. I'll leave a link up there where we put a Vargas GC Plus and a B58 TU pump on this and made about 540-ish brake horsepower, and we are going one step further today. So we have just completed installation of a Wagner intake manifold. Now, as you're probably aware, this is the same intake manifold I run on the G42, and I think it's an absolute beast. And it has ability to run port meth injection, which is exactly what we're going to do to this. We are going to run a 6-port meth injection system with the Wagner intake manifold and turn that GC Plus up and see what it makes with 99 and meth. It is a bit of a lengthy install doing the meth injection on this, especially running the tank in the boot and the pump and running a controller in the dash. We've covered it so many times. I'm not going to bore you with any of that installation. So if you want to check out one of them videos, I'll leave a link up there to one we've done on another 5-door M140. But today we have a journey to make. So we are taking the M240i up to our friends at Scorpion Exhaust. We have a few bits that we want to change, and there's a few bits we want to bring to you guys as well on the online shop that will be specific to this model. So we'll head over there, pick that up, get it back and fit it. I'm looking around, I see the S-Max, I see the Sprinter van. Oh! Is that a Supra? Oh! And it's got a Jap can on there. Let's listen to it. Wow. That has to be the best sounding Mark 5 Supra I've ever heard. What, Tom, is this what I'm going back in?
It certainly is, mate.
Oh, that's not a bad trade, is it? A G42 M240i for a Supra. Same engine, right?
Same engine.
This is a rear wheel drive. It's gonna be fun going home. But yeah, I'll look after her and I'll bring you back in a couple of days, and hopefully we've got ours sorted in that time too. So, Mark 5 Supra. I was quite lucky to drive one of these when they first came out, and I ended up buying a Z4 because I thought the Supra was very tight and cramped. It is a tight cabin. I mean, I don't think I could fit in here with a helmet because of this kind of A pillar line, B pillar line, whatever you call it, and there's not enough adjustment to go further back. So there's a few changes you need to make to get comfortable in this, but obviously it's a B58 Gen 2 car. And yeah, while mine's is up there, I'm actually going to stick this on the dyno and tune it for the guys at Scorpion. As you're probably aware, we've been working with Scorpion for almost 15 years, and majority of the cars that we buy, we always take it up for R&D with Scorpion, and they look after us. So it's our way of saying thank you by tuning their Mark 5 Supra. It has got a catback system at the moment. So it's going to be interesting to see what it sounds like on the dyno. That Jap can sounds and looks amazing. I believe it should have come from factory with a Mark 5, not that dual outlet that everyone runs. So yeah, let's get it back, get it on the dyno and tune the hell out of it. So obviously it is a B58 Gen 2 engine, although this is a 2-port design as opposed to the M240i. The actual exhaust manifold branches are integrated in the cylinder head, and it comes out to 2 ports into the turbocharger. The turbocharger itself, the compressor and turbine, is actually the same size as the M240i, although heat management is the problem with the Supra. So you have a lot more frontal area, less airflow to the radiators and the engine for cooling. So to get the most out of these engines, you do have to upgrade the rads, the intake manifold, and obviously get a bigger turbocharger on there. Before we put it on the dyno, we have to do a bench unlock. This is a 2019 model, so we don't have to send the ECU off to Femto. So we'll do the bench unlock and then start our calibration. So the MK5 A90 Supra, we haven't seen enough of them. Obviously they're a bit of a premium when it comes to B58 engines, but look at this Scorpion exhaust system, full 80mm all the way to the back to this single box. This has actually got a GPF bypass pipe on there, but it's got the stock downpipe, so we're going to do kind of a stage 1 tune on there to see what we can achieve. So that's really good to see. Stock power figures, 338 brake horsepower, 535 Newton meters of torque. No doubt that exhaust system is allowing the reduction in back pressure and increase in the torque a little. Data logs look clean, no timing pull. So yeah, time to get tuning. Now, when you compare the stock data log of a Supra in comparison to a BMW variant of vehicle, you can see ignition timing is way lower, torque request is reduced as well. Obviously that changes the characteristics of the car, makes it more track focused and repeatable, but reducing that overall ignition timing, it can be used in multi-regions for low octane, etc. Whereas the BMWs tend to be running on 95 minimum, whereas these Supras are in countries like South Africa and Greece and stuff like that, where they don't even have 95 run fuel. So yeah, let's get a base kind of calibration with increasing ignition timing to equate for the octane we have, which is 99, and then take it up slowly. Now you can see there 389 brake horsepower, 563 Newton meters of torque, and this is kind of a base calibration with all of the M240i ignition, fueling and boost targets. So just over 1 bar of boost, whereas the Supra runs just under, and about 8 to 9 degrees of ignition timings, where the Supra runs about 5 and 6. So yeah, it's nice to see that it's responding how our M240i will. So the first thing we're going to do now is map the gearbox. That'll give us the ability to run full torque in all gears and increasing slightly in the RPM as well, and give us full manual mode, which is going to be dramatic on track. So, final results for this MK5 Supra B58 Gen 2 with just a downpipe back exhaust and NVM stage 1 ECU mapping with gearbox mapping, 444 brake horsepower, 657 Newton meters of torque. We'll overlay the graph to show the actual delta gained. Right, behind the scenes, Mabs puts on lip balm.
A few moments later.
So in graphical terms, you can see the huge delta gained, absolute savage, over 110 brake horsepower and over 150 Newton meters of torque. Nice smooth taper as well for the actual torque control, so it gets peak torque at about 3200 RPM, so it's not spinning up the wheels for no reason. And at the top end, we've increased the red line and also activated full manual mode, so when in manual it won't shift up to the next gear, but in sport mode and normal D it will. Time to take it for a drive. You know, I think this is the perfect marriage of Japanese and German. It's got all the characteristics of BMW, reliability, sound, and now power, and it's got all the refinements of Japanese, like the steering wheel. I actually prefer it. It's very Japanese, like very Toyota in its feel, like hard leather, and it's got a nice size to it, unlike the oversized BMW stuff. I like how simple the system is as well, is literally one sport button. No Eco Pro, no comfort mode, no comfort plus, just literally sport and standard. And when you stick it into manual, it goes into sport. Anyway, like, it's so sick. So I think sport mode on, mate. A bit of traction, squiggly. Is that 240? Is that 240? Is that 240? No, 220D. See, that's what I mean. The Supra just, it's a special car. And rumour has it that they are going to end production on this next year. It's quite sad that. We've only just got our hands on a couple, and now they're going to end production. So I think these are going to hold their value. They're going to be very kind of cared for, owned by enthusiasts. But those who know how much power we can get. So the last couple of Supras that we did tend to find that it became undrivable with a lot of torque. So what I've done in this, I put a torque limiter at 570 in first, 590 in second, and 600 in third. So it gives the full beans in fourth gear. But the first three gears are kind of usable. And Scorpion's intense use for this is a bit of track, fast road stuff. This car's actually going to Goodwood. Otherwise we would have stuck a downpipe decat on there and put it on a stage 2 map. But yeah, we've been talking backwards and forwards about getting this car tuned, and it's perfect timing. But I do miss my 240. It's going to come back sounding like a drag car. You know, that Jap single exit deserves some flamage, but we can't because it's still on the stock downpipe. I've increased it over in a little. Very OEM plus. Sounds very Jap. Feel the torque. Smooth as well, still linear. It doesn't launch like the 240i, does it? As much as I've loved the MK5 SUPRA, I have missed the M240i. So let's take a look at it. Listen to that rumble. New B58 Gen 2 dump tube, absolute savage, saving the weight of the exhaust system, which is typically between 15 and 20 kilograms. These will be available soon on our online shop. Don't know if you guys can hear me, but we've got a few more things that we need to add to the G42 before we send it. NV Forge have done it again. Don't forget to like, comment below, and hit that subscribe button if you already haven't. And I'll catch you guys in the next episode on the G42.
Don't matter if you cars for the road or tracks. Mexico on the lanes, or Dunnington doing up laps. Car man, I got maps, doing up maps. Maximum power, cars get gapped. They got tuners, we got tuners, but they're tuners a load of. Man got the map, what kind of map? Best boat map, fastest lap. Zoom in past, don't watch how big mad map. 3 maps, take a passenger seat, watch a man collapse. Foot to the floor, rev to the max. See him come through like axe. All you see is flames, all you hear is bullets and bats. He's doing it well, he's doing it right, and they can't do it like man. NV Motorsport, it's in the game. Gang.